Milan boot, Milan boot.
Hey, stop. Melon boot, 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 melon boot.
All hail Milan boat. Whoa! Oh, shyster! Oh my God! Welcome to the DynamiteGizmo podcast, everyone. Episode 204. 204. Knock on the door. Here I come. It's Milan boot. It's Milan boot. Ah! Here's today's card. It's tradition around here to show you the card, but it's not tradition to show you what's on the card. But you'll find out anyway. Why? Because we will talk about it. I've got new sound bites. I've got all kinds of them. All kinds of new ones.
Don't touch each other, please.
You little fucking rat.
Look at them.
I want to oil you up. What the fuck does that mean?
What's this one? Nothing. I left a blank space, baby. And I'll write your name. Are they all in here?
Pumpkin pie.
Not a fuck.
Okay, well, we can't play them all at once, can we? And we still got the classics. But listen up, ladies and gentlemen. After last week's episode, I said to myself, fuck this shit. I'm done with the non-planning. I said I'm done. Okay? And I came in here, or I came in there. I everywhere. And I came up with a format for the show. So it's going to revolve around two things. And this is the first and only time I'm ever going to explain this. So pay the fuck attention. Okay? It's going to revolve. This podcast is going to revolve around three main things. One, we're going to do the top 3 podcasts of the week. It can be comedy podcasts or any podcast, but it's more specifically going to be podcasts. I'm going to do the top 3 winners. We're going to show it. We're going to have a graphics thing here with the top 3 winners. We're going to have an honorable mention. Why? Because I realized all I do is watch and listen to podcasts. It's my whole life, so I might as well make a podcast for podcasts. All right? So if you're looking for something to watch, if you want to get into podcasts and you don't know where to start, this is the podcast to start with. And I will put you in the right direction. All right? But it's not just going to be that. This podcast is not just going to be that. It's also going to be, we're still going to do the clips. There's going to be clips in and out in between. But I'm also going to do UFC coverage. Okay? So those 3 things combined, oh, what? I could say the N-word right now. But I'm not going to. This is the brand new DynamiteGizmo shitcast, starting today, episode 204. You should see this document I have. Every single bit of this episode is planned out. I've never done that before. I've always just had the fucking card. And to be honest, the card is useless now. I don't need the card anymore, but I gotta keep traditions alive, so I'll still keep the card. But I generally do not need it.
Peace for mankind!
And we got new sound bites, baby.
Not a fuck you. What do you need or nothing?
What else we got? Let's just run through them all.
It's 1700 somewhere.
Do you feel that? Do you feel that? And some of my faves, some honorable mentions of sound bites.
I don't feel good.
I don't wipe my bum.
In the bath.
This fucking rinks, man. This fucking rinks, man.
I did not shit my pants.
That's disgusting.
Never offer me tobacco again.
Dude, this is great. I love new sound bites. Do we got anything else? I think that's it. I honestly think that's it. That's not new. That is it, I guess. I thought I had more. Wait, there's got to be more in here, isn't there? Maybe not.
I want to oil you up. What the fuck does that mean?
I should have separated that into two.
Jackpot.
But it's just one, so that's fine. Yeah. So we're gonna open up the show with before we get into the top 3 podcasts of the week. All right, and just so you know, the top 3 podcasts of the week are based off of my specific likings, what I like, what I think's going on, what I think is great for the week. All right, but we're gonna open the show with a couple of clips. So let's start. I just thought this was funny and fun and nice. Okay, so here we go.
Taking the brat bus home. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I wonder if she saw that coming and was like, this is an opportunity to film something, or if that was just organic. Either way, I love it.
Taking the brat bus home. Oh my god.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if it hit? Oh, dude. What a beautiful video for a beautiful day in a beautiful world on a beautiful plane. Could you imagine showing this in a history class and having to explain what taking the brat bus home means? Wait, what? Brat bus? I thought it said frat. What's a brat bus? I'm in the present and I need an explanation. Brat is a new album by Charlie XCX. Oh, is that what that's all about? Are you kidding me?
Taking the brat bus home. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Anyway. Have you guys ever seen Nathan For You? Why does this keep showing up? Have you guys ever seen Nathan For You?
You guys got any bags of bird ham in here?
1 second.
We ran out of bird ham.
I gotta wipe my ass again. Have you ever seen Nathan For You? It's a hilarious show. It's hilarious. It's kind of like a prank show, I guess you could say it is, but it's different. It's different because of Nathan. Because Nathan is very good at keeping a straight face and making other people feel very, very uncomfortable. It's the best show in the world if you haven't seen it. But this clip that I'm about to show is a clip from Nathan For You that I discovered, I don't know, a long time ago. And every time it pops up, I just have to laugh, I have to like it, and favorite it again. You want to know why? Because it's so funny. It's funny. And I am going to share with you the pleasures of Nathan today. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Here we go.
What the fuck are you doing, Ash?
You afraid to get a little wet? It's just Gatorade. Just joking around. Come on. Okay. Look, we're even. We're even. Look, more on me than it's on you. So, just joking around. Come on, I'll get some paper towel. It's okay. It's fine.
No, damn it. No. Just stay
This
there.
is all
You're gonna
real,
get it
by
all
the
over
way.
floor.
Okay. Hey, trust me, this isn't as bad as smelling your farts, okay? You got it easy. Yeah.
Damn. Well, hold on. the reaction. I don't know. Let's watch it again.
What the fuck are you doing, Ash?
You afraid to get a little wet?
He just poured it on him.
Just get the Gatorade.
The
Just joking
commitment.
around. Come on. Okay. Look, we're even. We're even. Look, more on me than it's on you. So, just joking around. Come on. I'll get some paper towel. It's okay. I'll get some paper towel. It's fine.
No, damn it. No. Just stay there. You're gonna get it all over the floor.
See that? I don't
Okay.
know. No one does anyone say shit like that? That makes me think it's not real.
Hey, trust me, this isn't as bad as smelling your farts, okay? You got it easy. Yeah.
See, because that seems like something that you would see in a movie. That interaction at the end there, I don't know. Do people talk like that? Either way, the show's great. I just love the commitment. He's like, this is my opportunity. What should I do here? Oh, I'm going to pour this Gatorade all over him. Oh, dude, we got to watch it again, though. We can't just watch it twice.
What the fuck are you doing, Ash?
You afraid to get a little wet? Just Gatorade. Just joking around. Come on. Okay. Look, we're even. We're even. Look, more on me than it's on you. So, just joking around. Come on.
Oh, I love it, Guy. I wasn't even supposed to play this on the podcast today, and I saw it, and I said to myself, you know what? We should show this. What does this guy say? This show is definitely not for everyone, but it is for me. Okay. I want to watch this full episode. Because I want to know the context of what he's doing in this office. He's pretending to be like, maybe he got hired on as like an assistant at a law firm or something. Who knows, dude? That's the kind of shit he does. He goes places, pretends to be people, and do things. And what do you know? It's cranberry sauce. Now, before we jump into the top 3 picks, what the fuck is this? Are you afraid? Oh, right. Okay. Before we get into the top 3 podcasts of the week, I have not prepared clips of each episode, but I should have. So I'm going to take a quick pause. So me editing, pause it right now. Wow, don't. Get it back up right now. I'm going to take a quick pause. I'm going to get 3 clips ready, and then we'll jump right back in, okay? All right, so we're going to start things off with the 3rd place winner of the week. We got the top 3 podcast of the week. 3rd place winner goes to... Boom. We got Sal Volcano on the Howie Mandel Does Stuff podcast. The Howie Mandel Does Stuff podcast is one that I shouldn't say it's fairly new. They started it in 2020. By they, I mean Howie Mandel and his daughter, Jacqueline Schultz, started a podcast in 2020. And it wasn't even initially supposed to be a podcast. It was just a way for Howie and Jacqueline Schultz to kind of communicate with each other, being that they had to be separated, isolated from each other. So they communicated over webcam. And Howie's wife was listening to them, day after day. And she said to herself, you guys are hilarious together. You need to film this and put it up online. And so that's what Howie and his daughter decided to do. They started a podcast based off of just having to physically be isolated and separated from each other, talking over webcam. And over time, Howie Mandel Does Stuff has grown significantly. And it's a very unique podcast because I don't know how many episodes they're into now. Let me see here. This is episode... Does it say? Oliver, would you stop making those noises, please? It doesn't say. They got to be like 200 episodes, somewhere around there, somewhere the same amount that I have, I think. But they've always been known for their lack of coordination, their lack of preparation. But that is what really makes the podcast great, because there's so much chaos going on all the time. There's a lot of chaos, but it's so entertaining to watch. And his son is involved. His son is the producer on the show. His daughter is the co-host. It's an amazing show, and it's grown in significance since the beginning, and it continues to grow. And I mean, of course, they have the capability of growing production-wise because of the fact that Howie's a part of the show and he's got lots of money. But we're talking about specifically the third place winner of the week, Howie Mandel Does Stuff, episode whatever, because they don't number them. Sal Vulcano. Sal Vulcano on Howie Mandel Does Stuff. Okay, so they start off. Now they have a band. Sonny and the Black Pack are now a part of the Howie Mandel Does Stuff. They have a freaking opening band, just like fucking Tony Hinchcliffe. Let me show you here, which I did not prepare this, but I am going to show you Sonny and the Black Pack. I'll show you it on the Sal Vulcano episode.
And
here we go. Are they singing here?
Let's start.
Watching Howie Mandel. Welcome to the show, Mr. Sal Vulcano. And practically joking, hot like Serranos. He got flat feet and beautiful thighs. Take a good look so Jaden say hi.
Okay, so I won't show you the whole thing, but basically, if you haven't seen Sonny and the Black Pack on TikTok or wherever, you gotta check them out because they're so fucking good. And now they are part of the Howie Mandel Does Stuff podcast. No one really does this in the podcast world. No one has a fucking band other than Kill Tony. So this is like one of the many things that makes the Howie Mandel Does Stuff podcast amazing. And not only is it great that they have a band now, but the band studies the guests that they have on, and they create an intro song for them based off of things they do in their life. So if you know Sal Vulcano, the things that Sonny and the Black Pack are talking about, singing about in this song, completely relate to him, and they're very specific. So you'll see Sal being like super shocked and surprised, like, oh my God, how the fuck did you come up with this shit? You know? It's fucking, they are so creative at making songs. And the fact that, they're a part of the Howie Mandel Does Stuff is just amazing. I love it. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Howie, and the whole crew, they've been very unorganized and not prepared. Especially since they started doing live podcast, which I think is a great iteration. They got that from actually Ethan Klein from the H3 podcast. Because they got really close for a lot of reasons, specifically for the prolapsed anus video, which we'll get into later. But Ethan from H3, has shown them the way, has given them a lot of great tips on how to do podcasts and how to do podcasts live specifically. So it's been a rocky road for them to figure it out, but they're really coming to ground, and they're getting a real grip on it. It was so bumpy. It was so fucking chaotic when they first started the live episodes, but now it's getting much, much better. So anyway, what I wanted to get at is how he would get guests on, especially on the live episodes, and he wouldn't prepare virtually at all. And he'd go off on tangents and whatnot, and the show was still great. But Jacqueline Schultz, his daughter, co-host, would always give him shit for not being prepared. Not being prepared. And now, specifically in this Sal Vulcano episode, he is actually being prepared. He's doing what I'm doing now with like a script that he follows, and he's got each segue laid out, and he's fucking nailing it. Okay? He'll do clips like I do, but the segue into the clip is long and dragged out, and you have no idea he's segueing into a clip that he's about to show. And once he gets to the point of what he's getting at, you're like, oh my God, I had no idea you were going there. So I think it's great that he's doing that. You know, he's been in show business for a long time, so he knows how to do that. He's just has yet to do it until very recently. And you really get to see that in this Sal Vulcano episode. Yeah, their whole kind of thing was that they were unorganized and unprepared. That was part of the charm of the show. That is what brought a lot of the audience there. That is what brought me there and kept me there. You know, there are times, don't get me wrong, there are times when you're watching it and you're like, guys, come on, get your shit together. But for the most part, it's always hilarious, funny, and worth watching. And also I should point out, as you may or may not know, Howie Mandel is a stand-up comedian and has been forever, since the 70s. His first time going on stage was a dare. Someone dared him to go up on stage, and he did it. And, of course he is, an OCD maniac, more so back then than he is now. So he always had rubber gloves on him, so he didn't have to touch things and get his hands dirty. So when he went up on stage as a dare, he didn't know what to do because he had no material prepared. So he grabbed a glove out of his butt pocket, a rubber glove that he just always has on him, and he put it over his head and blew it up with his nose, and it got like a fucking eruption roar. And that then became basically the main part of his act, and that's what he became known for. And that launched his stand-up comedy career. And Howie, he's a superstar. He's on America's Got Talent. He's been on Deal or No Deal. He's, the voice of Gizmo from Gremlins. He's been in fucking a lot of shit. Okay? So usually when people are a megastar like him, they don't have time to watch other stand-up comics podcasts, especially if they're a stand-up comic themselves. They generally don't watch each other's stand-up specials. That's like known in the stand-up comedy world. So but the thing is about Howie is he is still such a major superstar, but he will still take the time to watch the entire comedy stand-up special of whatever guest he has coming on. He'll watch the whole thing before they come on. And not only because he loves stand-up comedy, but also he is just a genuinely great guy who is willing to do that for the guest. And you listen to him talk about stand-up comedy, my eye is like twitching like a motherfucker. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I don't cry. My eye's twitching.
Don't touch each other, please.
But if you listen to Howie Mandel, he's just genuinely a huge fan of stand-up comedy. So it's great to see someone at that level still taking the time to watch a full stand-up comedy podcast hour. Stand-up comedy fucking hour from other comics. Because I shit you not, I watch pretty well all of the stand-up fucking podcasts, and they all have guests on that are other stand-ups, and they all say, dude, I haven't checked out your podcast, or I haven't checked out your special yet, or I only watched like 10 minutes of it, and they're all okay with it because that's just what they do. They don't have time. They don't have time, but they don't really have an interest in it, because the majority, if not all, do stand-up comedy every day. And I shit you not, they do it every day, like 5 times a night, 5 to 6 times a night. Well, that's like an excessive, that's like Mark Norman level, but they at least do it every single day. So they're surrounded by stand-up comedy every single day, so they get kind of sick of it. And you know, they're like best friends with each other. So they hear their act already, plus they just know the kind of person that they are already. So they don't really need to watch each other's stand-up specials. But Howie Mandel will go out of his way to watch it every single time. And that's another thing about stand-up podcasts. When you watch them as much as I do, you really get to know the stand-up comic for who they are. Because it's them just talking to their friends like they would in any sort of gathering scenario. So as a listener who listens to them on a daily basis all the time for years, and then they put out a special, you view it differently than how you would view it just going into it like fresh without knowing who they are. Because you really feel like you know who the stand-up comic is before you watch the special. Or because of the fact that you watch their podcasts all the time, you really feel like you know who they are. Because they reveal so much about themselves, and they're just genuinely having conversations with their friends and other people in the room for like hours. So when you watch the special, you view it from a whole different perspective because you know who they are. Whereas like if you just watch like George Carlin, let's say, George Carlin podcasts weren't even a thing. So nobody knew really what kind of person George Carlin was. You didn't get that context. So when you would watch his stand-up, it was like, oh my God, it's so fucking good, dude. The way this guy talks about things. But if he had a podcast, and you were to watch him in the context of a podcast for years on end before he put out a special, then you watched his special, you'd be like, oh, yeah, that's George. That's just how he is. And so that is like the only downside about watching stand-up podcasts as much as I do. And this is just for me. I don't know if this applies to everyone else or if anyone else feels this way, but when I watch a stand-up comics podcast or stand-up comics special after I've seen them on their podcast for however long, years, it doesn't hit me the same. It doesn't really hit me at all. There's the odd one here and there, like Ari Shaffir's Jew. That stand-up special, oh my God. By far my favorite of all time. And it's mostly because he spent so many years working on it. Like 5 years he worked on it, something like that, before he put it out. Most comics, or there was a trend for a while of putting out a special every single year. You know, George Carlin did that way back in the day, and then no one really did it for a while, and then Louis C.K., he made that trend popular again. And then everyone else wanted to do that. But what I hear in the stand-up comedy world is, although it's great to have that much content because push that much content so frequently. One second. Oliver, where are you? Oh, there he is. When you push that much content that frequently, it's good because people's attention spans are short and you got to keep their interest. Otherwise, they forget about you. But if you take the time, like Ari did, took 5 years to build this special, what you get is a fucking beautiful masterpiece. Because he took so much, because what he would do is, so the special's called Jew. It's obviously about being a Jew and things about Judaism. Okay? Because Ari Shaffir was like a I don't know what the name of it is, Hasidic Jew. Like, he was the guy, he was in Israel, like, studying the fucking Torah or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, he was so involved with Judaism, and then he eventually got to an age where he didn't want to do it anymore and realized it was all bullshit according to his beliefs and whatnot. And so he left it and started stand-up comedy. So the special is based around his experiences as a Jew and all the funny aspects of it. And so what he would do after every set, because, you know, stand-up comics have to go on stage and they have to practice, you know, their bits every single day until it becomes polished. That's the only way to build a stand-up comedy set, is to actually go on stage and do it. You can't just simply write it and then go and do it. You have to work it on stage. So he would go on stage, and he would, at the end of his set, he would ask people questions like, what do you want to know about Judaism? And he would do that over and over again for years and years and years. And then, you know, he kind of forgot about the Jew project. He didn't want to do it anymore because he was sick of it. I don't remember exactly what happened, but he gave up on it. And he said, this isn't going to happen. But I think it was actually Rogan who convinced him to keep going. Maybe I'm wrong about that, because they're good friends. But anyway, he kept it going, and he eventually did it, filmed it, and fucking put it out to the world. And I'm telling you, I highly recommend Jew by Ari Shaffir. But I didn't mean to go off on that tangent. We are still talking about Howie Mandel, the Sal Vulcano episode. Okay, so yes, I love that Howie Mandel, that's what we were talking about. Howie Mandel watches every single guest's stand-up comedy special before they come on. Very rarely do Roma, stand-up comics do that. But that is what makes Howie fucking great. He appreciates not only the guests, but comedy itself. Okay, so earlier I mentioned the prolapsed anus. Now, I don't know if you remember or even saw at all, Howie Mandel got in trouble and got somewhat like canceled because, I don't remember what year it was. It might have been 2021. Somewhere after COVID, maybe during. No, I think it was like just after COVID. That shit kind of died down. He, on TikTok, he posted a video. I would love to show it, but I can't because it's for sure not allowed on YouTube. He posted a video clip of someone like bent over with a prolapsed anus, and he like stitched it with his head in the video saying, does anybody know if this is COVID related? My friends, I don't know what he said, but something like that. Does anyone know if this is COVID related? And he posted it, and basically the whole world was very upset with him, and they thought it was disgusting and gross and wrong. And people don't know how random and weird and awkward Howie Mandel actually is. If you watch Howie Mandel does stuff, you will really start to understand his type of humor. He's very weird, he's very awkward, and he loves to make people uncomfortable. He loves it. So that was just the thing he was doing. So people don't know that about him, so they thought he was just being disgusting. Anyway, it made like worldwide headlines that Howie Mandel is like a disgusting pervert or whatever. I don't know if pervert's the right word. But it got out that he was, you know, a piece of shit, I guess. And it almost ruined him. He lost sponsors. And also, that's another thing about Howie Mandel is he takes things to heart. So easily. So this really hurt him. This was like a big moment in his life, was the fucking prolapsed anus thing. So he has a picture now of the prolapsed anus like above his set where the cameras can't see. It's a painting of it that actually one of Ethan from H3, one of Ethan's fans actually painted it and sent it to Howie. All right, because Ethan loved the prolapsed anus bit that Howie did. He loved it. That he talked about it on his show. He talked about it on Howie's show. It was a whole thing. Go back and check that out. But now that all that smoke has gone and blown by, Howie shows pretty well every one of his guests the video of the prolapsed anus. And he has some more that Ethan has showed him as well. So that's just another aspect of the show that is very strange, but yet funny, and something you would never expect from Howie Mandel if you don't know who he is. He shows all his guests videos of prolapsed anus with his daughter sitting right next to him and his son producing in the other room. Dude, I'm telling you, Howie Mandel does stuff. Fucking fantastic podcast. And I guess the episode with Sal, where he watches the prolapsed anus, is... it's great because every guest reacts differently. The majority of them are obviously grossed out by it, but the confusion from Sal is what makes it so much funnier. And the fact that Howie plays into it, he always plays into it. He loves making people feel confused and uncomfortable. So, I mean, those are like the basic bullet points of the episode. I don't want to go into too depth without spoiling it, but that is our third place winner of the week, Sal Vulcano on Howie Mandel Does Stuff. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to watch some more clips. We are going to watch some more clips. All right. So this is wild, okay? Over the past week or so, I don't know about you, but I have been noticing more and more these fucking time traveler AI fucking videos. Where basically there's this website, I don't remember what it's called. I think I have a video of what it's called here, but there's this AI fucking website where you can upload a clip and the AI regenerates it and adds stuff to it. Anyway, people started this trend where they're taking old Vines, old memes, and basically pretending to be a time traveler going back in time and changing the course of the meme or the Vine so that it doesn't happen or whatever. It'll make more sense when I show it to you if you haven't seen what I'm talking about. And they're fucking terrifying. I have 17 of them to show here. So we're going to watch 4 right now, just so you have a fucking idea of what I'm talking about. And then we'll do the second winner of the week, then we'll watch 4 more, and then we'll do the first winner of the week. And then we got to do the honorable mention, and then we still got to do UFC predictions and some not predictions and news about it. Okay? But yeah, let's just watch these. Okay? So like I said, old memes, old Vines, they just take them. Just watch it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch it, then you'll understand. Because you know these memes. Like, what the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? The AI is getting crazy. It's so fucking creepy, dude.
What the fuck?
Hold on. Here's another one. I hope, yeah, here we go.
What the fuck is up, Kyle? No, what did you say, dude? What the fuck?
Like, come on, man. they're all like this, basically, where shit just. Oh, there's this one too. Look at this one.
I'm in my mum's car. Broom, broom. Get out of my car.
Oh shit, dude. See, I didn't even see this one. That one just popped up right now. Like, who would have thought this could be possible? You know? They're so terrifying. I've seen so many of them now that they don't really faze me anymore. But when I first saw this, I thought it was the craziest fucking shit. So I have to show it here. Like, it's so... The way it just... It looks so real, but it doesn't. It's like a fucking fever dream. We got one more.
You stupid.
This is the one.
You stupid.
Shut up. You know? 21. Fuck off! 21. What's 10 plus... I don't remember what he says. 2 or whatever. I don't know why, but everyone's saying this one's the creepiest. But I don't know. There's some other contenders that we're going to show later. But let's watch this.
You stupid.
They're not.
What's 9 plus 10?
Whew. Actually, that's pretty fucking creepy, not going to lie. It's crazy that this... If we didn't have AI, could this be done? This could be done, but it would probably take fucking forever.
You stupid.
They're not.
What's 9 plus 10?
Wow. Okay, this one is good. The quality of this one is crazy.
Jackpot.
That's nuts, dude. That's fucked up. And I'm telling you, they're everywhere. They're all over TikTok. They just keep showing up and showing up.
Yep. They sure did.
I can't get away from them. So every time I saw one, I would fucking throw it into the fucking podcast folder. And I don't want to keep doing that. They're going to keep showing up. So unless they really impact me, I don't know if we're going to watch any more after this episode, but yeah, there is a lot, and they are terrifying. But we've got more to come. But first, we have our second place winner of the week, the podcast of the week. Second place winner goes to Harland Williams and Adam Devine on the Kill Tony podcast. Yes. All right. Now it has taken me a while to really accept Kill Tony. It's the biggest live podcast right now as of today. It's the biggest. And if you don't know what Kill Tony is, basically it's a live podcast. Tony and Brian Redband are sitting on stage. Tony reaches his hand into a bucket, pulls out a name of an up-and-coming stand-up comic. That comic comes up on stage. They do 60 seconds, and then Tony Hinchcliffe and whatever guest he has on basically roasts that comic, and they banter back and forth, and then they move on to other comics. There's other aspects of the show too, but that's it in a nutshell. And the thing was, they have over 600 episodes now. They've been going for 10 years, or maybe over 10 years now, going very strong. For the longest time, I didn't really like Kill Tony because I would get so uncomfortable watching. We didn't even watch the clip of Sal Volcano. Oh, well. I would get so uncomfortable watching the up-and-coming stand-up comics get up on stage because they're nervous as fuck And when the guests and when Tony are fucking roasting them, they're so uncomfortable and awkward that it's sometimes hard to watch because they don't know what to say. And they just kind of do like awkward laughs and shit. But it's really starting to grow on me, and I'm liking it a lot, especially nowadays. The quality of the show is so fucking unreal nowadays. They do stadiums. They've got a live band, just like Howie does now, but this one's way more polished. They have like fucking ring girls that come out with signs that say like first fucking comic of the day and shit. It's crazy how big this podcast is. The production quality I'm talking about specifically. You know, we all know Joe Rogan is actually the biggest podcast in terms of numbers. But Kill Tony, the production quality is fucking off the charts. But specifically, we're talking about the Harland Williams and Adam Devine episode. This episode takes second place because of Harland Williams. Oh my God. Harland Williams is fucking unreal, dude. He's unfucking real. First off, just go check out his own podcast, The Harland Highway. You want to talk about a guy who is like quick, like unbelievably fucking quick-witted when it comes to roasts or just comedy in general. You throw anything at him, he will snap back instantly. And it's not like, it's not even like lame jokes either. Like, he's quick and fucking precise, and it's so good, his comedy. He killed it. He killed it on Kill Tony. The episode that he's on with Adam Devine this past week, the show was kind of, it was good, but it was kind of drab. But the second Harland Williams comes out, the show just fucking illuminates with fucking pure happiness and funniness. He's so good. And I'm actually going to show a clip from when that happened, just so you have an idea of what it's like. This is Harland just getting introduced, coming out on stage. So this is, and by the way, this is the YouTube fucking theater. I guess YouTube has a theater now? I think it's in California. But look at this. You can't really see the full audience, but there is a lot of people there. And it is a whole thing. You look at this and you're like, oh, this isn't a podcast. No, this is a podcast. Okay? This is a live fucking podcast.
He's back. He's back.
Wow, what a treat. Holy crap. Look at this. Huh? She couldn't decide if she wanted to be a Smurf or Barney, for fuck's sake.
Look at your hairstyle. Did you just wake up or something?
Oh my God.
No, I just walk up. How about that? Hello.
Nói vậy hiểu vậy Trân ông ơi. Trời ơi, nói gì tôi đang làm việc.
No, Harland, you can't do that, buddy. No, Harland. No, you just got here. God damn it, Harland.
You fuck off.
Okay, that's enough. I don't want to spoil it because it's so fucking good, dude. I'm telling you, Harland, and Adam Ray. They're both climbing the fucking ranks of being comedy legends right now. Like, we're in the era of those two in what could be their prime. I know Harland's done so much, so it's hard to say whether or not he's in his prime right now, but he's in like a secondary prime. He's been in a prime, but now he's in a secondary prime. He's so fucking funny, dude. He's so good. And yeah, like sometimes you'll get guests on Kill Tony that don't really contribute at all. And sometimes they barely fucking talk. Shane Gillis has done that a few times, but it's because he's hungover as shit. Don't get me wrong, I love Shane Gillis. But there was one episode that passed recently. It was actually Adam fucking Ray. Adam Ray and, God, what's his name? Andrew Schultz co-host. Can't remember his name. But Andrew Schultz co-host was on with Adam Ray, and he didn't fucking... not Adam Ray, the other guy, didn't talk pretty much at all. It's bugging me, I can't remember his name. He's an East Indian guy. But anyway, Harland's so good, dude. Because no matter where he goes, no matter what he does, he can turn it on. And he puts in the maximum effort. One of the best improvisers fucking ever. Shits on everyone. Doesn't matter who you are, what you do, how you talk to him. He'll shit on you, and he'll do it accurately, quick, and precisely. And yeah, it's like he's been in Dumb and Dumber. He's been in fucking Half Baked. He's been in what the fuck else was he in? Can't remember. Rocket Man. On top of a bunch of other shit, he actually has his own fucking kids show similar to Paw Patrol that he created and he's voice actor in. On top of just being a stand-up comic in general, I feel like the era that he's in now, he is more big and more known than ever before, which is crazy to say due to the fact that he's been in so much stuff, but I don't know, man. At least for me, he's bigger now than he's ever been. Oh, and his style of comedy is like random and quirky and weird, but it always hits. Because sometimes people are random, quirky, and weird, but it doesn't really hit as hard. You know? Like they're trying to be random and weird, but other people don't get it. I love that kind of humor, so I always get it, but other people don't really get it. Like for instance, Mike and Steve on Dynamic Banter. First off, that's not a very known podcast. It's one of my favorites. As you can tell, I have so many sound bites from them.
You guys got any bags of bird ham?
But they have that wacky, quirky, weird humor, but it's very weird and it's very specific. So outsiders come in and listen to that, and they don't get it, and they think it's not funny. Whereas with Harland, he does that sort of weird, quirky shit, and everyone still gets it, and everyone still finds it funny, to a certain extent. And by the way, so Tony on, well, Kill Tony, Tony has a guest of the year. He always gives an award for the guest of the year. Adam Ray, well, I guess the Dr. Phil character that Adam Ray plays, which is awesome, by the way. Check that shit out. We're not talking about that today, though. He won 2023 Guest of the Year. And Harland Williams is actually a contender to become Guest of the Year 2024. Tony mentions it in this episode. Yeah, this is episode 667 of Kill Tony. They've done a lot. So I'm hoping Harland becomes Guest of the Year for this year, because that would be fucking awesome. Oh yeah, and by the way, so there's regular, so on Kill Tony they have regular like stand-ups, like out of the bucket stand-ups that come in. Over the years they've had regulars who are now actually a part of the show. So there's a guy named Hans Kim and another guy named, I don't remember his name. But they were battling each other to become, I don't even know what their title is. Because like I said, I'm just starting to get back into Kill Tony because I never really liked it. But they were battling each other to be like regular of the fucking best regular ever or whatever, you know, some sort of title like that. Hans Kim won that dispute between the two of them. The audience decided that Hans Kim was the better of the two. And in this episode, Kill Tony, or I should say Tony Hinchcliffe, got fucking Bruce Buffer to come out and announce Hans Kim on stage. But announce it like as Bruce Buffer would in the fucking octagon at UFC. It was so fucking cool, dude. It was awesome. That's just a fucking drop in the bucket of the amount of high quality production that gets put into Kill Tony. It is unbelievable. Highly, highly fucking recommend you go check out Kill Tony. But second place winner of this week is Kill Tony, Harlan Williams, and Adam Devine. And don't get me wrong, Adam Devine did great on this episode, but the highlight for me, at least, is Harlan Williams, and that's why this episode takes second place. And now, we're going to cut to a break, and when we come back, we're going to watch 4 more Time Traveler AI videos. Stay tuned.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hordash! Oh my god, I love Hordash. You guys know I literally don't go out to Munchbox. I always get it delivered to my house. With Hordash, I get Asians, I get hermaphrodites, I get homeless fentanyl addicts, I get anyone and everyone from Hordash. Sometimes I even get divorced moms because my house needs a good cleaning. I just go to Hordash and boom, they're here in less than an hour. As an AssPass member, you can enjoy exclusive offers and perks all summer long on anal stuffers, premium lube, titty pics, and much, much more. You'll also get 0 delivery fee and reduced service fees on eligible orders if you become an AssPass member. If you're looking to order now and get off or fulfill your spank bank, why don't you use Hordash and use code GIZMO to get 50% off up to $100 value when you spend $1,500 or more. I love Hordash and they're going to help you out. They've certainly been helping me out these past couple of months, so shop Hordash to get everything you need for the summer. Use code GIZMO to get 50% off up to $100 value when you spend $1,500 or more at a brothel, whorehouse, or select Korean spas on Hordash. Terms and conditions apply. All right, we're back. We've got 4 more fucking AI time traveler videos. So let me just pop these up right now. I can't, there's so many, dude. It's kind of crazy. So the first one we got is Evan Breen or whatever the fuck his name is. You remember this one? It's like, David, give back my hat. Or whatever the name is. I don't remember.
Uncle Cracker. Give him that back, Jordan.
Jordan.
Give Uncle Cracker, no.
See, it's like it's so real, but it's not real. It's literally like a fucking dream. Like it's a nightmare. These AI videos are too fucking realistic, but not. And we're so close to them being like the next iteration of AI videos, it's going to be, because right now it's like foggy and kind of like dreamlike, but next it's going to be so real, you're not going to be able to tell the difference.
Walking on fighting side of me. It don't.
It go down.
It goes down. No, it don't. It do go.
Like, what the fuck? I never even actually seen this one. This looks crazy real. How? So as far as I know, there is a website you can visit and anyone can upload a video and this shit can do it. And I think it's for free. I think that's why there's so many, because people are doing it for fucking free. It's nuts, dude. Is this one? No, this is just Connor, right?
You're looking big.
Yeah, okay. It's just Connor eating that ice cream. Hold on. We got one more. Oh, okay. This one kind of sucks, but still, it gets the message across. All right, these episodes from here on out, it's not going to be all Time Traveler AI videos. Like I said, I had to fucking show them because they're creeping me out. They're creeping me the fuck out, dude. All right. So obviously these episodes of the podcast are going to be much longer now. All right, we're already an hour in and we still got we got the first place winner, we got the honorable mention, and then we've got UFC shit to do. So not too bad. I kind of like longer episodes, you know? Nothing wrong with that. All right, so let's get into the last section here. The first place winner of the week. Podcast top 3 of the week. First place goes to Donald fucking Trump on Impulsive. Ooh, contentious. Now, say what you will about Impulsive, Logan Paul. A lot of people hate him. A lot of people think he's a piece of shit, whatever. All right. But you gotta admit, he knows how to fucking get shit done. All right? Whatever the fuck he wants to do, he does it. And the reason why this gets the first place spot is simply because of the fact that he was able to get Donald Trump on his fucking podcast. How many podcasts are out there? Okay? There's hundreds of thousands. I shit you not. There's so fucking many. And now how many of them can actually pull some strings to get Donald Trump on their podcast? Only a handful. I could probably only count those fucking podcasts on one hand, if that. All right, Rogan would be one, but Rogan has had opportunities to get Donald Trump on his podcast, and he has actually said, no, I don't want him on the podcast. And I don't remember his reasons why. I think it's because it's such a contentious subject where it could do a lot of damage, being that he is the number one podcast. But who else can you fucking... What other podcast out there has the fucking ability to get Donald Trump on their podcast? I can't even think of one. So the fact that Logan Paul was able to get Trump on his podcast is enough to put him in first place. I don't give a fuck what you think about him, all right? And to be honest, if you do hate Logan Paul, I think you should actually give Impulsive a chance and check it out. Because before Impulsive, I was not a fan of Logan. I also thought he was a piece of shit. And guess what? After I checked out Impulsive, I realized, okay, actually, you know what? This dude is actually all right. And I actually enjoy his fucking podcast. I'm telling you. Give it a fucking chance. Give him a chance. I give him absolute props for not only getting Donald Trump on the episode, but all the episodes that he has put out, he has the right guests on at the right time, and it's released. It's timed perfectly. He knows how to market. He knows how to get things out there, and he knows how to get views. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is, whether it's Prime, whether it's WWE, whether it's boxing, whether it's podcasting. He knows what the fuck he's doing. All right? Now, this episode in particular, it's not, I wouldn't even say it's like the best to listen to. All right, they go back and forth between Donald Trump, but they don't really talk about much. They didn't have much time with him. I'm giving him first place simply because of the fact that he was able to accomplish this. This is a great moment in not only Impulsive's history, but just history in general. Think about the time that we're in. The fact that you can have an opportunity to talk to Donald Trump right fucking now, It goes down in history. When people look back at these times and they see what Donald Trump was up to now, at these times in the history books, Logan Paul will be a part of that conversation because he was on the Impulsive fucking podcast. Same with the Nelk Boys. They had him on, all right? Which is crazy to think, but they did. Who else has had him on? I can't even think of any other ones. You know, fucking Mark Maron had Barack Obama on, but he hasn't had Trump. You know? It's Logan Paul's track record for getting guests is unmatched. He knows how to do it, when to do it, the proper times to do it. You know, he also has a great team behind him, and he already has the audience as is, which makes it a little bit easier, but still, the stuff that he has accomplished is fantastic. So like I said, I don't even really recommend you watch this episode because it's nothing special. It's nothing out of the ordinary. They don't really talk about anything too divisive. They ask pretty generic questions. Mike, his co-host, who I love, by the way, I think Impulsive doesn't work without Mike. Mike really is the fucking cherry on top of the cake on Impulsive. He's a good talker, dude. He's a good talker, and he's good at keeping the conversation flowing. He's also funny, and he is quick-witted too. Mike did prepare for this episode. He had like sheets of paper stapled together that he was flipping through, asking questions. And when you're looking at Logan, you're like, Logan doesn't have papers, but Logan has his phone. He's got his notes on his phone. And the funny thing is Mike wrote a book because Mike used to be a heroin addict on the streets, like way before he got onto Impulsive. And I think other drugs too, but mostly heroin. He got out of it. He wrote a book about addiction and how to cope with it and the opioid crisis and whatnot. And it did become a #1 bestseller. And he brought it on the episode with Donald Trump with him, and Donald Trump grabbed it and promoted it. And actually, we have a clip of that here.
The same opportunities he's had in America, I've had as well. My road has been a little bit rockier, as we were talking about in my book, The Fifth Vital. I spent 8 years addicted to heroin, living on the East Coast.
Wow.
In what I considered, I think a lot of people considered.
So you were addicted?
Correct.
Wow.
I think a lot of people consider it to be the great opiate
Let me
epidemic.
see the book. Can I see the book?
Absolutely.
We're gonna make this sucker a best-selling book.
There's a message. There's a message for you.
No, it's such an important.
It's actually
Where's
already
my camera?
it's already a
Go
best-selling
out
book.
and buy this book. It's great.
That was for you, I believe.
I wrote a message to you in
Good.
there. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to keep it.
Thank you
but
so much.
it's such an important topic. Yes.
Anyway. Yeah, I thought it was great that, Donald Trump's just a great guy, dude. Love him or hate him, he's just a good dude. By what you see with him on specific things like this, he grabs Mike's book right away. We didn't even show him promoting, or did he?
Seriously, that's so important.
There's a lot of people that are still kind of.
I don't remember. He does promote it. Okay, he grabs a book. He's like, buy this book, blah, 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 So Mike can now use that to promote his book even more, even though he doesn't really need to, because it does. He has sold a lot of copies. But I just thought it was really cool that Donald grabbed it and promoted it right away. Mike wrote a little message in there for Donald Trump. Donald Trump said he is going to read it, but I doubt he will. He might, though. If he did, that would be a genuinely great thing, just like Howie Mandel did when it comes to Howie watching other stand-up specials. Donald Trump, if he reads Mike's book, good on him, dude. And, oh, yeah, by the way, within moments of this episode being uploaded, it received millions of fucking views. What's it at right now? Oh, for 4.1 million. Okay, so it kind of plateaued like immediately, and I thought it would have like 20 million by now. But like when I watched it, when it right when it came out, it had about like 3 million or something. I felt like right off the bat, so it kind of plateaued, which is very surprising. But still, it's just a good accomplishment. It's one of the reasons why it got put in first place. I already talked about that. Yeah. All in all, the fact that Logan was able to get Donald Trump on the episode, and they did a full episode with him, and even at the end, Donald Trump's guys give Logan Paul like the 10-minute mark, like, fucking wrap it up, boys. Logan addresses that and says that to Trump, and then Trump is like, hey, why don't we give him 20 more minutes? I can't do a Trump impression, but he's like, let's give him 20 more minutes. And then, how's that sound? And they're like, hell yeah, dude. I think he says 20. Maybe he said 10 more. I thought it was 20 more minutes. But yeah, they get an extra 20 more minutes. Now, mind you, Donald Trump probably went into it knowing he had a little extra time, and maybe he orchestrated that to happen. Who knows? But either way, it was just a cool little thing that they did at the end there. So those are the top 3 fucking podcasts of the week. Check them all out. And like I said, Donald Trump on Impulsive, number 1. Not necessarily the best episode to watch. There's so many good episodes of Impulsive. This one is not. I wouldn't even say watch it, which is crazy that I put it in first place. But I don't really think you should watch it because it's not. It's honestly not that great. It's kind of okay. They talk about some stuff, but again, it's simply the fact that he got Donald Trump on. That's what puts him in first place. So we'll see who gets first place next week. All right. Do we really want to watch 4 more fucking time travel videos? I don't know. Do we really need to? I mean, we get the point, right? We get the fucking idea. We don't need to watch any more of these fucking shits. But we'll watch this. This tells you the fucking website where you can do this.
Should we be worried about this AI website? So this new AI tool just came out that I found. You can actually create videos with just text. So for one of them, I said a rat wearing a chef's hat cooking lasagna in an Italian kitchen. And this is the video it created for me. I mean, that's pretty dang good from just text. But I also created another one with this Picasso picture, and then I said a man walking away from a woman arguing with him. And it actually took that picture and created a video from the prompt that I gave it.
See?
That's crazy.
It's fucking nuts, dude. Should we try it? What is this website called?
This new AI tool just...
LumaLabs.ai. Should we try it right now? LumaLabs.ai. Try it. Sign in. Don't look at any of this. Please cut this out. Oh, dude. Okay. What images? I only have like, this is a new computer. Let's put, all right, Alex Pereira's fighting. Let's just, wait, how do I, oh, I gotta click this. Here we go. Alex Pereira. Okay. I don't know, make Alex jump for joy because he won the belt. I don't know if this is going to do anything. Let's see how long this takes. Inappropriate image. How's that inappropriate? Because he's not wearing a shirt? Is that why? Okay, let me do something different. I don't know if I have any images on here. Let me see. Well, actually, oh wait, oh, here we go. Let's use this. Make Mario fly to another planet. Let's see. Due to high demand, we are temporarily limiting free tiers to 5 generations per day. Okay, in less than 5 seconds, it's going to start. This is crazy. Let's see.
2,000 years later.
Okay, we're just going to move on and we'll come back to this because I don't fucking know how long this is going to take. All right, so let's move on to... Oh, we have an honorable mention. Fuck. Dude, we have so much. We have so much. Okay, so our honorable mention of the... I gotta stop. I gotta spend less time on these because I take too much. But you know what? I love this format of the podcast. I think it's going to be a great way to do this. I have so much to talk about. I do the podcast by myself, so to have this much shit to talk about is fucking amazing. So our honorable mention for the top... after the top 3 podcasts of the week, we have one honorable mention, and that is... Again, Harland Williams on the Joe Rogan Experience. Harland Williams again. He has second place and the honorable mention. Why? Because he's so fucking good. And specifically on the Joe Rogan Experience. Why? If you know me, obviously I like podcasts. All right? The Joe Rogan Experience is the reason why I like podcasts so much. He is the reason why I fell in love with podcasts. I've seen almost every single episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. Almost every single one. All right? And he's got... I don't fucking know how many. Like, let me see here. Like, over 2,000 episodes. I need to pull up a clip here.
This kid...
Okay, whatever. Okay, so I've seen damn near every fucking episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. And every guest he's had on, they are cordial, they are proper, they are prim, they just have a genuine conversation with Joe. For a few reasons. One, because they're nervous to be on the biggest fucking podcast on the planet. 2, it's Joe Rogan, and he is just an intimidating figure as is. And 3, they're just trying to be, I don't know, cordial, I guess. So if someone comes on the show who normally plays a character or whatever, they don't tend to play that character anymore when they're on the show. They just be themselves. But Harland was on the whole time on the JRE. He was being his goofy, wacky, fucked up self. And Joe wasn't having any of it. Obviously, he's friends with Harland. He's known him forever. He giggles and laughs along with him, but he's constantly trying to pull Harland out of the character. Constantly. Bill Burr tried this as well, but Bill Burr is good at actually playing along. Joe Rogan is not good at playing along. He sucks at it. And that's what makes this episode so fucking unique and why it's the honorable mention for this week. Because out of all the fucking JRE episodes I've seen, nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to the Harland Williams episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. He came prepared with fucking props. I don't even want to spoil it to a certain extent, so I have a clip of just like a little teensy ounce of something that he did in the show, and I'm just going to show it because I don't want to spoil it. So this is just a little segment of something that he did.
This kid scratched the shit out of me, and even in a panic state, I had to learn Mandarin. This is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
Okay. That's all I want to show because I don't want to spoil it. Joe's not having it. He's giggling and whatnot, but I'm telling you, out of everything I recommended tonight, the top 3, this is the one you should watch first. Even if you've never seen an episode of Joe Rogan Experience and you're not interested in Joe Rogan because you don't like him or whatever, watch this fucking episode. Because it's unfucking real. He doesn't stop. That's the best part about it. If people tried this with Rogan and Rogan tries to pull them out of the character because he doesn't want that to happen. He's not having it. So usually the other person gets intimidated and they're like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm just going to be myself. But Harlan doesn't give up. And I love it. And throughout the entire 3-hour episode, because Joe Rogan's podcasts are, generally speaking, minimum 3 hours, Harlan just pulls more tricks and tricks out of his hat as the time. I don't want to spoil it. It's so fucking good. Harlan loves to play, Joe Rogan doesn't. And that's why it's such a great dynamic. Gosh, because the majority of Joe Rogan episodes, the guest will come on, they'll talk about whatever their thing is, whether they're a stand-up comic, whether they're a scientist, whether they're an archaeologist, whether they're whatever. They talk about their thing, but then Joe always finds a way to talk about his things, like fucking bow hunting, grizzly bears, DMT, fucking monkeys, gorillas. He always has his mushrooms. He has his baseline things that he talks about. Fitness, that he always integrates into the conversation along with whatever the guest has to talk about. And so whenever Rogan is trying to talk about his interest, Harlan is just being a goof. He's goofing. And you could tell Joe gets just ever so... He's not irritated because he doesn't get irritated. Not that easily anyway. But he just gets ever so slightly irritated in certainly specific moments. And you can see him being like, okay, Harlan, like, cut it out, dude. He doesn't say that, but, like, that's kind of the vibe you get. But Harlan is like, no, I ain't cutting it out. It blew my mind because I've never seen this sort of interaction with Joe Rogan on Joe Rogan's fucking show himself. It's so unique, dude. I love uniqueness. And this, alongside Kill Tony, and the many other things that we're starting to see Harlan in nowadays, is the reason why I'm saying Harlan might be in his prime right fucking now. Because it's so good, dude. And if you were to ask me, like, who my top 3 comedians are, like, right now, because every month or at least every 6 months or so it changes for me, as it does for most people who are involved in stand-up comedy and podcast as much as I am. It changes every now and then. So I would probably say my number 1 right now is Harlan Williams, and Adam Ray is close second. I don't know, dude. Like, Adam might be even number 1. Harlan might be... They're both up there. Dan Soder's really great, too. I'd say Dan Soder, Harlan Williams, and Adam Ray are in my top 3 right now. And Harlan's probably number 1. So fucking good. So that's why I'm putting Harlan Williams in the honorable mention spot. Boppity boopity. So there's our lineup. 3rd place is Sal Vulcano on Howie Mandel Does Stuff. 2nd place is Harlan Williams, Adam Devine on Kill Tony. 1st place is Donald Trump on Impulsive. And our honorable mention is, again, with Harlan Williams on the Joe Rogan Experience. Now, as time goes on, I keep track of all these in a spreadsheet, and maybe at the end of the year, I'll do, like, our top winners. I think that would be really fun and a really great idea, okay? Now, before we get into UFC updates and my predictions for UFC 303, I'm always going to have one quick podcast recommendation of the week. Usually it's going to be underground podcasts or whatever. So this week, I'm promoting the Almost Friday podcast. These boys are great improvisational guys. That's part of the act that they do on their show. They have guests on. They do like just a regular banter podcast. And then somewhere near the end, they do just like improv scenes with the guest. They just come up with scenes on the spot or pre-prepared, one sentences that they've come up with, and they improv back and forth with each other, and they do a really great job. So the Almost Friday podcast is my recommendation for the week. All right. Now we are going to do UFC updates. So as we know, McGregor and Chandler is officially out. McGregor has a fucking injury. For fuck sakes, dude. McGregor is one of the reasons why I came into UFC, why I became involved with it. Him and Joe Rogan. First it was Joe Rogan who kind of pushed me into it, and then seeing the hype around McGregor, because I got into it like when McGregor was in his fucking prime. You see McGregor nowadays, he's not the same person he was. So for those who knew McGregor back when he was in his prime, we all just want to see him come back one more time. And there's been so many fucking opportunities for him to come back, and there's always been something going on. And we were so close. We were so close to see his return, and now he's fucking out again. All right, he's out. Jamal Hill's out. Khamzat's out. Like, what the fuck? This month was stacked, and now it's fucking... Well, it's not dead, all right? Because Alex Pereira and Yuri Prohaska are fucking replacing Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor. And I gotta tell you, fucking awesome. Couldn't have asked for a better replacement. I love both of those guys. I actually, because I'm still fairly new into UFC, I would say over the past year and a half, I really, really started to watch it, like exclusively. Like every main card event I would watch over the past year and a half. Before that, I was a very casual watcher. But I was familiar, but I was very casual before. But over the past year or so, I've been pretty much religiously watching every single main fucking number event. So I really got to see Alex Pereira and Yuri rise up. And I watched their last fight, and that's what really got me to fall in love with Yuri. Fall in love? What am I, fucking gay? But then when you see Yuri online and you see Alex online, they're both fucking great characters, dude. They're hilarious. Specifically, Alex. Dude, the video of Alex in his fucking Maserati playing a fucking Land Down Under, cruising down the highway, basically an homage to fucking Alex Volkanovski, because Alex always comes in last minute to save the day. So Pereira's like, oh, dude, it was fucking hilarious. Here's a video of Khamzat telling us why he's out again. Fucking Khamzat has been out at least 4 fucking times for his illnesses. I get it, man. Like, his immune system sucks and he obviously can't fight, but the 7 fights that he has had were unbelievable. And we didn't get to see him fight Nate. Was it Nate? Yeah, it was Nate Diaz, which would have been so fucking good. And Edwards, he fucking 3 times he had an opportunity. I think it was at least 2 or 3 times he had an opportunity to fight Leon Edwards and had to fucking call it quits. God. And we could have seen his return as well, but now he's out. Is this not going to play? Oh, it's being stupid. Hold on.
Pulled out because my tummy hurts. I asked Dana for a hot chalky and a blankie, but he didn't want to give me. So sorry, guys. I can't fight the Whittaker. I will play with my kitties until my tummy is not out anymore.
Just more AI shit. We love AI around here. So the rumor has it that this time he's out because what was it? Food poisoning? Like his immune system is so fucked. Every time he has to cut weight, he just gets sick. So it's like he can't cut weight. Because when he cuts weight, he gets sick. He put out a tweet basically saying this is probably, he's done. He wanted to get the belt. He obviously could have, because he's a monster in the ring, in the octagon. But what are you going to do? Guy he can't fight if he's this sick. Every time he tries, shit happens. Every time he tries to cut weight, he gets ungodly sick. Ungodly. All right. And I guess to sum this all up, I feel bad for fucking Chandler. Chandler has put his career on hold for at least fucking 2 years, waiting for McGregor. Waiting. There was talks of it happening here and there, and now it was finally confirmed. And 2 weeks before the fight was supposed to happen, the rug gets pulled out from underneath him, and he loses his final fucking chance to fucking fight McGregor. I'm sure they're gonna fucking reschedule it. But it was all lined up perfectly. Got announced at UFC 300 in the post fucking fight conference. And it was just like, yeah, he's coming back at 303 fight week at the Sphere. And it's like, yeah. Actually, I forgot about it. It's happening at this fucking Sphere. That's going to be cool. That's going to be so cool to watch at the Sphere. Damn, dude. I just realized that. God, it would have been so perfect. But now it's gone. It's dead. That dream is over. Who knows when he's coming back, if ever. But who cares? We're over it. I've got here UFC 303 fight prediction card. I make these every time there's a fight. I just started doing it recently. I actually started it at UFC 300. So I will make these available. I've already made them available on Reddit. People love them. Okay, basically, let me just zoom in here. Whoops. These are fight prediction cards. You can vote. You hit vote or on whichever person you want, and then you check off winner when they win. All right, it's just something you can use with your friends while you're watching UFC. And just have fun, or actually use it to bet with each other. It tells you the title bout, it tells you their names, it tells you the odds, it tells you what country they're from, it also tells you their rank, and it shows a picture of them. It's a great, I love it. It turned out well. I might even add some more stuff here and there if I need to, but so far this is all I really feel like I need to do. So why don't we get into my prediction? Okay, so the early prelims. Now, by the way, I don't know who most of these fucking people are, because again, I'm still fairly new into the game, so this is going to be a regular thing for me now for main card fights. I'm going to do this on the podcast, do my early predictions, so then we'll see when the fight happens if I was correct. All right? But again, I don't really know who these people are. So I'm just going to do fucking guesses. All right? So, early prelims, first fight of the night. We've got Simon versus Oliveira. This guy's American versus a Brazilian. I mean, I guess I'll go with the Brazilian. Whoops. Put a little green spot in there. Can you see that? Should I zoom in more? Nah, that's good enough. You can see. Okay. So then we've got, I don't even know how to say this, Sarura versus Hernandez. Not too often you see a Japanese fighter, so I might... The odds are even. I'm going to go with the Japanese guy. He might pull something out of the trenches here. Slovakian versus American. The Slovakian is the favorite, so I'm going to go with him. Now here we've got a Canadian versus an American. I myself am Canadian. The Canadian is the favorite. Waterson Gomez versus Robertson. Robertson's the Canadian. She's the favorite. Not really a fan of female fights, not going to lie. And I'm sure most people aren't. Well, actually, I know most people aren't, but whatever. So, but I'm going to go with the sexy redhead. Boom. All right. Now we'll move up into the prelims. Talbot versus Gamori. Gamori's from France. Talbot's from the United States. The Talbot is the favorite. He's got a cool afro. Yeah, I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go. No. Yeah. I'm going with Talbot for this one. Talbot it is. We've got Jourdain versus Silva. Another Canadian versus a Brazilian. You know, and his name's Silva. It's hard to go against a Brazilian, you know. But I am Canadian, so it would be nice to see another Canadian win, but I've seen this Silva guy in a post-fight interview, and it was fucking weird as shit, the things he was saying, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to go with him just for that reason. Swanson versus Philly. Both Americans. Philly is the favorite. He's got some cool tats. That has nothing to do with anything. If you noticed, most of these fighters in the prelims and early prelims are also not ranked either. Except for the two chicks. They're ranked. So out of these, I'm going to say... I'm going to go with Philly. I don't know why, I just am. All right? And then we've got another Canadian. There's a lot of Canadians on this card. Versus an American. Pfeiffer versus Barrialt. Pfeiffer versus Barrialt. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go for this Canadian. Let's keep it in our country. And now the main card. Here we go. I pretty much know who I'm voting for here because I know these people. Okay? So Gary versus Page. I'm going for Page. I don't give a fuck. I love his fighting style, and I also just love who he is. Ian Gary's a cuck, and I want nothing to do with him. Just kidding. He's all right. So Silva versus Chasen. We're going for Silva. I've seen her fight. I like her, I guess, so I'm going with her. Smith versus Ulberg. Going with Smith. American versus New Zealander. Going with Smith. Because he is a mounter. Now, this is a tough one. Ortega versus Lopez. I thought about this. I was on the fence for a long time. I was going to go with Ortega just because he is number 3 ranked and he is fucking awesome. But Lopez is on the up and up. This motherfucker's on the rise. And he's got a fucking ugly ass haircut. But I like the way he does his thing. I like the way he struts his stuff. So I'm going to vote for him. Now the main event. Pereira versus Prohaska. Who the fuck am I going to vote for? because I love these guys equally, and the odds are even. I've seen them fight before, as you have. And it was a close fight, and a lot of people say it was an early stoppage because Prohaska didn't actually get knocked out, but he got knocked down, but he popped up pretty quickly. Now, here's the thing. I love Alex Pereira. I want to see him stay on top. I do, so badly, and I honestly think he is going to win. But I want Yuri to win so fucking badly. This one, I've even thought about this, and I still don't know who I'm going to choose. But I have to pick. You know what? I'm going to vote for Alex. Fuck, dude. I'm going to vote for Alex, but if Yuri takes it, just as good. It's just as good, and I'll be just as fucking happy. So that's it. That's my prediction. So we'll see after next weekend whether I'm correct or whether I'm wrong. It won't be next episode. I won't be able to say because the episode won't be out. The episode will be out before UFC 303. But then the following episode, I will declare whether I was right or wrong. Oh, man, this is a long episode. Almost 2 hours. I don't think I've ever done a podcast this long. It's great, though. I love it. It's fucking beautiful. Dude, this format. Oh, it's so good. We have a Joshua Block update. But do we really care anymore? Do we really care? Oh, fuck. Did it work? Dude, the Dream Machine. I forgot about this. Let's see it. Let's watch it. Whoa! Dude, we should do this. Oh, that didn't really do much. Should we do this every episode? Maybe. That was not that cool, though. He just kind of flew forward a bit. Kind of cool, I guess. Maybe we will do this every episode. You know, just fuck around. Anyway, do we really got to do a Joshua Block update?
Oh, you know who that is? Joshua. That's one of them soldiers who come in the white suit. No!
He's freaking out in an airport, apparently because Lost and Found is not open. I don't know. He's also got plushies. Or whatever.
Oh, what's this?
Look at his lips shaking.
A World of T-Shirts plush doll.
Cool, Josh. Okay, and then... Now this one... This is... I'm showing this because... We all know Michael Quinn is his, like... caregiver or whoever. But this is so fucking creepy, dude. The way Michael Quinn, like, puts his arm around his shoulder, it almost looks like he's going in to kiss fucking Josh on the cheek, and then he kind of backs off because he knows he's being recorded. It's fucking weird, dude. And I don't think Michael Quinn's a part of his life anymore, but regardless, this happened, and it's fucking creepy.
Ready?
Cheers.
Is that not weird as fuck? It's disgusting. Now, again, I'm showing these videos. I just want to reiterate why I'm doing this. Because I have this fear that one day Joshua Block is not going to be around anymore. I hate to say it, but something might happen eventually. And obviously I don't want that to happen, but if it does, I just want to document the time that we've seen with him, just in case something happens. I don't fucking know. Or maybe he turns his life around. That would be better. Then we would be like, okay, look what he used to be and look what he is now. But anyway, fuck, that was what a dense episode. Can I just say how fucking glad I am that after fucking 204 episodes, I've finally found a format for the show that actually works. Because I'm going to be able to sustain this. This format of the show, I'm going to be able to sustain. And it's going to be worth watching. Every episode up to 204 was gibberish, nonsense, bullshit, off the cuff, nothingness. And from here on out, it's going to have some substance. So this is a defining moment in the Dynamite Gizmo podcast. And I just want to say thank you for coming on this journey with me. And that is it for this episode of the Dynamite Gizmo podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. That's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
That's a wrap, baby!